Earth appears as a massive, floating reserve, a blue sphere seemingly defined by an endless supply of water and air. This chart isolates the mathematical reality of that water. Fully 97.5% of the hydrosphere is saline, leaving just 2.5% as freshwater. Because the vast majority of that fraction is locked in glaciers and polar ice, humans rely on a microscopic sliver of the planet's total volume. We categorize these vital materials by their availability. Inexhaustible resources, such as solar radiation and wind, exist in infinite quantities. But the bedrock of our civilization consists of exhaustible resources, materials with a fixed, finite stock. Within that finite stock, we differentiate between renewable systems, like forests and wildlife, which can replenish over time, and non-renewable resources, like minerals and fossil fuels. Once a non-renewable store is drained, it cannot be recovered. Human survival depends on the precise management of these small, exhaustible fractions, rather than the illusion of a boundless planet. Global water demand is split into three primary sectors. Agriculture consumes 70% of available freshwater for irrigation, followed by the industrial sector at 20% and domestic household use at 10%. Meeting these targets often involves groundwater mining, extracting water from deep aquifers faster than rain can naturally replenish them. When we remove that water, underground sediment layers lose their physical support. The earth above settles and eventually collapses, causing land subsidence that can crack pipes, sink buildings, and reverse the flow of local canals. In coastal areas, this extraction creates an underground vacuum that pulls seawater into freshwater wells, permanently ruining the local supply for both drinking and farming. This scarcity creates direct friction between nations that share the same river basins. On the Nile, the construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam has triggered intense disputes between Ethiopia and downstream neighbors like Egypt, who fear a massive reduction in their vital water flow. Similar tensions exist on the Mekong River, where upstream dam construction creates unpredictable seasonal water scarcity for the 70 million people living downstream. As clean water becomes harder to secure, it has moved from a simple ecological concern to a decisive factor in regional stability and geopolitical conflict. Below the surface, focus shifts to the solid geological rock of the lithosphere. Here, minerals and ore deposits form the foundation of modern technology. This classification divides these materials into metallic and non-metallic branches. Metallic minerals are further split into ferrous types, which contain iron and offer the magnetic strength needed for steel, and non-ferrous types, like copper, prized for its high electrical conductivity. These raw, unrefined ores are concentrated enough to be mined profitably. Once processed, they provide over 80 soil colloids carry a negative charge, attracting and holding positively charged nutrient ions like calcium and potassium, so they aren't washed away. This capacity varies. Rigid kaolinite clay holds little, while montmorillonite clay has an expanding structure that traps massive amounts of water and ions. Biological partners like mycorrhizae fungi and rhizobium bacteria live within this matrix, trading nitrogen and water for plant carbon in a constant nutrient-sharing relationship. This complex, electrically charged biological machine provides the foundation for our food supply, but its internal chemical balance is dangerously fragile. Industrialized farming disrupts this balance by overloading the pedosphere with massive inputs of synthetic nitrogen and phosphorus. This triggers a chain reaction called eutrophication. Excess fertilizer washes into nearby water bodies, fueling explosive surface algae growth that blocks sunlight. As this algae dies and decomposes, it strips the water of dissolved oxygen, suffocating the entire aquatic ecosystem. This runoff also creates a direct hazard to human health. Excessive nitrates leaching into groundwater can cause methemoglobinemia, or blue baby syndrome, a condition that prevents an infant's blood from carrying oxygen. Persistent toxins like DDT represent an even longer-term threat. These chemicals do not break down in the environment. Instead, they bioaccumulate in animal tissues, poisoning creatures all the way up the food chain. Forcing infinite yield from a finite soil system has turned these essential lifelines into vectors for pollution and ecological collapse. Restoring stability requires returning to natural synergies like the sponge effect. Intact forests collect and filter rainwater through their root systems, slowly recharging groundwater aquifers with clean, shaded water. Sustainable groundwater management depends on one strict rule: artificial withdrawal must never exceed the natural rate of recharge. On land, modern mineral extraction now requires mine reclamation, the process of neutralizing toxic chemicals and physically reconstructing the land to an ecologically stable state. Managing the synergy between water, rock, and soil creates the baseline stability required for a long-term human presence on a finite planet.